talking to another guy today that is, doing some amazing work, has an amazing business, and I think that it's going to be an incredible adventure as well. Listening to his story, how he started, and how he got here actually. So I'm looking forward to that. Sure. How you doing?
This guy.
Please get to the mic, get to the mic, get to the mic. And this business is a mystery to so many people. Mystery. I didn't even know that a lot of my staff, they say, is he a guy? Oh, okay. Oh, and we see Miskay everywhere. My people tell me everywhere. It's like almost every girl in Lagos or in Nigeria has bought something from Miskay as a big brand. But how did you start on this journey? How do you start on this journey?
Every girl in Lagos, in Nigeria.
I
wish if that was the case, we probably wouldn't be here right now. We'll be everywhere. We'll probably have like 50 stores right now. But thank God at the end of the day, the brand is doing well. We feel like we've been able to position ourselves in the way that we wanted to position ourselves. So yeah, how did we start? I have to give that to my wife actually, because she was meant to come do her NYC in 2012.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria, yeah. Okay. I've already had an experience with Nigeria that didn't go quite well.
Oh, okay.
Right at the beginning of 2012. As entrepreneur.
What was it? What was this experience that didn't go well?
I was I've never actually talked about this ever. I've never done an interview before. It's probably the first time I'm doing this.
Yeah, thank you for that.
That was in 2012. I was in Obajano. I got myself involved in the cement business. It's a story for another day.
Okay.
So yeah, but in terms of...
And it failed?
It didn't fail due to research and our ability to actually do business. It failed due to the human of Nigeria.
Oh. Okay.
Nigeria happened to it.
Oh, okay.
The people of Nigeria happened to that business. And it failed
massively. Horribly.
Just down to, for the lack of better word, to the greed of the people. That failed to see the vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That was.
Okay, so your wife came to Nigeria.
So yes, she was meant to actually come to our NYC in Nigeria. We have a mutual friend that their dad has a factory who supplies the River Islands, the top shelf of the lights. And they normally have rejects, which they send to Africa. Yeah. That's where all the rejects comes.
Yeah.
So, they offered us some products, at giveaway price. My wife just felt, you know what? Let me take some of this stuff to Nigeria and let me see if I can sell it. She came to Nigeria, she put it in the back of her boot, got into places like Unilag, and the feedback was, nah, this is way too good to be selling from the back of your boot. You go make a business out of it. She called me, she told me what she said, me, Nigeria, nah.
They're never gonna do anything.
You know what just happened.
Yeah.
But she took that mantle on herself and just went with it. Got our very first store in Toyin Street, which is still there.
Toyin Street in Ikeja?
Yeah, 25 Toyin Street, right next to IB's hotel.
Okay.
So yeah, she paid for the store May 2012, came back to the UK and said, listen, get off this sofa and get some work done.
You started on Toyin Street in 2012?
Yeah, 2012, August 12, 2012.
August 12, yeah. And what has been the challenges, really? You've had your experience with Nigeria, you came in, tried to do something and it failed woefully, and then your wife was the pointer to, oh, okay, let's try this, and all of that, and then you started in 2012. How's it been from that 2012 till date?
There was a time when, between 2012 to 2014, I felt like we had a free ride.
To 2014.
Yeah, to 2014, even to like 2015. I feel like we had a free ride because the competition wasn't that much at the time.
Yeah.
You know, we came into the business when there wasn't social media.
Social media.
There was no Instagram. There was no Snapchat. I'm not sure if Snapchat was Facebook.
Yeah.
But we leveraged on BBM. I don't know if you remember BBM.
Yeah, BlackBerry Messenger.
BlackBerry Messenger.
And all that, yeah.
So we had a free ride during that time. And don't get me wrong, I mean, obviously from our background, we did some research before coming to the market. We didn't just come in. Yeah. So we knew how to kind of position ourselves. However, in terms of the challenges, one of the things was like culture shock. You know, dealing with the NEPA, dealing with just the government official, dealing with all those things.
You didn't have, I mean, you're a Nigerian, but you didn't grow up here.
No, I didn't grow up here. Myself and my wife didn't grow up here. We lived our entire childhood life in the UK.
So you decided to come back and then it was a culture shock.
Yeah, it was a culture shock. It was a big, however, culture shock in terms of doing business in Nigeria. I mean, I used to come to Nigeria. We came to Nigeria every December, every Easter. We did that for like, I don't know, 5 years. So when I first came to Nigeria, I knew I was going to do business here. I just didn't know what. I mean, it happened to be.
Oh, why do you, I mean, what's that conviction that like you want to do? I mean, you said now that you just knew that you're going to do business here. What was that? Where's that conviction?
I don't know. There was some, I'm an entrepreneur. So is my wife. We've been very entrepreneurial, you know. We used to do one or two things out there in the UK. So we came to Nigeria December. I remember I came in vividly December. It was December 22nd that year. And, you know, we've traveled Europe, we've done all of that. Coming into Nigeria, there was just something in the air. Actually, I just saw a lot of problems.
Yeah.
And seeing so much problems, I was like, if we can bring some sort of solution to some of these problems, we're bound to make some money.
So you saw problem as a big opportunity.
Absolutely.
Not like a discouragement. Because, you know, you can see things from two different angles, where some are seeing problems, some are seeing opportunities. So I think you saw the opportunity.
I saw opportunity.
So 2012 to 2014, so
it was kind of a free fall, you know.
Yeah, it was like a free this thing.
Yeah, we had. I think we had free of the market. There was not that much competition, and coming with the kind of experience we have from the UK, our exposure, we're able to bring that and really immerse that into our business.
Yeah,
and that it kind of transcended the community, so to speak. So, I mean, back to the question that you did ask in terms of challenges. So we had challenges with just getting used to the culture. It was big. It was a big one at that time. And even till date, I mean, it's 2024 now. We started 2012. It's been 11 years. We're actually going to be 12 years this year. So, I mean, the challenge we faced then, we're still facing it now, which is the human part of it. You know, staffing.
Human capacity.
Yeah. Just that. Just
getting the right people.
Yeah. Just the people and culture. It's a lot. It's I don't know, there's something in the fabric. There's something in the fabric of the people.
What are those things?
I don't know, you know, I mean, growing up in the UK, when you go apply for a job, you are actually applying for the job, which means people celebrate getting a job, you know? People celebrate getting an employment. So when you get that job, you are supposed to deliver on the job description.
Yeah, because you put up yourself for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No one came to you to actually come work for us. You went for the job. You know, maybe growing up, you know, we had to do apprenticeship. You know, growing up when we were in school, there was mandated for us to, they do it here, the NYC and stuff like that. They do it here. I mean, you know, but it's just this, I don't know. I don't want to. You know what? I don't want to be political correct because if the cameras are not on, we can go deep into this.
No. Let's go. What we're talking about is doing business in Nigeria, and it's for people to learn the challenges and all of that. I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I'm aware of some of these issues that you're going to be talking about. But it's something that others can learn. Yeah, we'll talk about all the problems, and we'll talk about all the opportunities as well. In terms of human talent, you know, lackadaisical behavior of the culture, you know, and a lot of pressure on people not to do the right thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, so I can feel what you're saying, but you need to share it the way it is.
Yeah.
It's your business and it's the
Yeah,
challenges that you face in the
yeah.
business.
For starters, it's a problem we faced then, it's a problem we face now, and it's a problem I believe we'll keep facing. However, we can't really put the onus on the people or the staff, because it's a concern for the country as a whole.
Yeah, as a whole. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? However, there's something in the fabric, because at the end of the day, people don't take accountability.
Yeah.
People just don't take
Initiative,
responsibility.
all those
they
things,
don't do
and
that.
so you have to babysit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have to do a lot of that, and people are very entitled here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're very entitled people.
Yeah.
You know.
I
And
work
think-
for you. You must give me some extra. You know. Entitlement. All those things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, look. The fact of the matter is, you have a job description.
Yeah.
This is a win-win situation.
Yeah.
You know,
You get paid for what?
I mean, it's value for value. At the same time, you know, there's this, for the lack of better words, even us as employers, you know, we have our own mandate that we must maintain.
Obligations and all that.
We have our own obligation, exactly, that we must adhere to.
Yeah.
You know, there's this disparity between the employers and the employees. There's a lack of trust there.
Yeah.
You know, so that lack of trust is sit into the fabric of our people. So, you know, I don't want to go into as if it's just their problem. It's our people's problem. It's our country problem. It's something that, you know, us as employers, us as entrepreneurs, we know we need to have more conversations around this. How we
But how do you navigate through it? I mean, this is just one of your problems.
That's one of the problems.
One of the problems. But how do you navigate? Through. All of these
Obviously, like internally, what we try to do is, you know, come with our own culture, you know, try and do internal training a lot.
Training.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big one, you know. We have to do constant training. And we also have to adapt, you know, like just now as we're in 2024, we are going through a serious economic issue right now in Nigeria. Where we wake up every day, as you know, as we know. We are both in the business where we're dealing with Forex. You don't know what we're going to wake up to, so we have to be adaptable. We have to continually adapt to the situation. So that's one of the things we do. We adapt to the demands and the needs of the people we expect to really work for us. So,
but doing business, I mean, what you're doing here now in Nigeria, you can do it anywhere else. I mean, you are a British Nigerian, or should I say Nigerian British? Whichever one. But you have a choice to do this in any part of the world, and that's one thing about entrepreneurship. If you can survive in Nigeria, you can survive anywhere else in the world. And you can choose to do this anywhere else. But you decide you want to set up a business in Nigeria, doing business in Nigeria. And doing business in Nigeria is like, for lack of a better word, it's like doing business,
jungle.
There are enabling environments, but Nigeria is not one of that environment that is enabling for entrepreneurs in terms of support, in terms of leverage, in terms of, a lot of things, policies that really don't favor entrepreneurship. It's like, it's somewhat like doing business in hell, where you have to figure out your own thing. You have to be your own local government, produce your own power, produce your own water, produce literally everything, and still largely depend on Forex. And not only that, you're facing human capacity problem, you are facing a lot of things.
Exactly.
Interest rate is extremely alarming and all of that, but you have to keep it going. So what's that drive?
There's something that triggers. You see, when you were talking, there's something that triggers me in one of the things that you said, and that's creating. We literally are creating everything for ourselves. We're talking about power. We're talking about water. We're literally.
I'm sure you're running on Gen now.
Absolutely, we've been running on Gen for the past 2 weeks.
For the past 2 weeks, running on generator, and diesel cost is
skyrocket.
Diesel cost alone here for your business that you have multiple locations every month. Even without you saying it, you're downing about 15 million, even more than that.
Probably more than that. Probably more than that. It costs a lot to keep the business going.
To keep the business running, and that overhead costs. will reflect
You know,
on the cost
you know,
of this and all of that.
it's funny that you're saying that. Just recently, I was just having a meeting with my marketing team yesterday, and there was this video that was going around on TikTok. How this lady was saying cancel Miskay. So it was a very, very interesting video to watch. And I was like, I understand this person because to this month that we're just going to February is the first time we've actually, we used to subsidize for the customer, just like the government used to subsidize for the petrol. We took the hit in December, because we were hoping the rate won't go as high as it went.
Go.
So we kept.
And now, as of today, you have 1,600.
It's 1,600.
And it's you need dollars every month.
We need dollars every week.
Every week, and the bank can give you. In a normal society, you should give the bank your naira, and the bank move your dollar for you abroad and all of that. And very good. But you still have to source your dollars from the black market and all of that. And all of these things had to, to your headache. So how do you sleep at night?
I find some hours to sleep. It's not easy because, as we are right now, I don't know exact numbers as we speak right now. Just aside from the low level skill workers that we have, I think we have 120 staff within our company right now, And those people, we have to keep the business running because they are also, just going back to what I said triggers me. We have to create everything ourselves. We literally create everything ourselves. Power, water, infrastructure, training, everything. And then we still get the government officials
knocking down your neck.
Literally trying to take and extract the entire profit that we have left. Yes, we are creating values, no doubt. But we're in the business to make profit.
Yeah. That's why it's called business.
That needs to be understood. Yeah. So that triggers me what you said. There was something you did say, like, how do we navigate around all of these issues? I feel like we have a bigger plan. The bigger plan is to show that you can actually survive
in this terrain.
You said, could we have done this anywhere else? I don't know. There's something in Nigeria. There's something about Nigeria that moves me.
Irrespective
of all of that.
Have to.
Because
you have to keep firing the engine.
Absolutely, because look, Nigeria, first of all, is a grand country. I feel like, could I have established what we've established over a period of 10 years, 11 years in the West? Probably, because if we have proof of concept like we have now, would we have backing from the bank? Probably yes. However, we also have to understand access. Yeah. I felt like here gives me access. I have access here. I understand the people here. Yeah. I can also leverage on my exposure from where I'm coming from to establish something that the country can benefit from. So that's why we chose essentially to.
You import almost everything you sell. Are you not thinking of production? Absolutely. Local manufacturing and all that?
Absolutely. We are absolutely. That's one of the conversations I was having with the design team this week. That's one of our.
Because fashion is a growing thing in Nigeria because we have a very young population and people are really going into local production with local materials and all of that. So, is this something that you are?
No, it's something we're actively actually doing. But just like Miskay, the way we want to operate, we just don't want to do things on the power level. We really want to do it if we want to make impact as well. So that's something we're definitely working on. We've been working on it, behind the scenes.
Producing this in Nigeria. Because all of this can be produced here.
Look, I'm very pro Nigeria. Yeah. I am pro Nigeria. Yeah. One of the things, when we have discussion with our peers, and we keep complaining, I'm like, look, nobody forced you to come here.
Yeah, you decided.
Get your passport, get on the flight, and go.
Yeah.
But as long as you're here and you're benefiting,
you have to be very positive.
Yeah, you have to be positive. However, saying that, do we actually have the infrastructure to supply the demands and work like the Chinese? The Chinese have created the infrastructure. That for us to get to that level, it's going to take at least.
Yeah, it's going to take a while.
It's going to take at least 50 years. So obviously, in order for us to supply the demand and the way that we work, like for example, like this product you're looking at right now in China with the quality and with the way it's packaged and everything we produce, and it's one. I mean, MOQ for this will probably be like 200, and China will turn this over in 2 days. I mean, so in as much as I'm pro Nigerian, we want to.
Do we have the
We
resources,
have the resources,
the
we have the
manpower to
we
meet
have the
the
training,
demand
we
and
have
all?
the
Yeah,
machinery,
the
we
training
have
and
all of
yeah,
this. It's gonna take us years to get there. However, like we're having this conversation,
yeah,
the whole point of us having this conversation is how can we make
yeah,
doing business better in Nigeria?
yeah.
I mean, the longer we keep having this conversation, and we keep pulling through the fabric, we'll get there. However, something we are looking at. Yeah, we definitely are looking at establishing it.
How many locations do you have in Lagos?
In Lagos, I believe we're fine.
5.
We have we're in Lekki right now.
Yeah.
Which recently opened our Kota branch.
And that's very big and massive. It looks extremely so nice. So you do this business with your wife. Can you say that that has really, really helped?
Absolutely.
A lot having, I mean, you and your partner,
partner, yeah.
run the business and all that. A lot of people can't do business with their spouse.
It's tough,
And then
you see me smiling.
yeah.
I'm starting to have gray hair. I've been having gray hair. I'm dying it, so you can't see it. However, it comes with its benefits. So
Yeah.
one of my strong point is to focus on the positive.
Yeah.
And the positive is I understand my strength.
Yeah.
She understands my strength. I mean, she's the creative director for the company. So
coming.
all the design that you see is basically coming
Yeah.
from our stable
Yeah.
and our team. And we kind of stay where our strength
Complement each other, and all of that. So, do you design your product? Do you design them, or you just, do you design and then they produce from China? Or, I'm not saying China now, anywhere else and all of that. So, you design every of
So so we have a design team, which
yeah.
is led by my partner, like I said.
Yeah.
So she has a 3-man team. So they have their sketches. Well, obviously we're a fast fashion brand, so we have our influence from what's trending in the market, so to speak. But essentially, everything you see here is designed in house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
and then we work with our partners in China to
produce them,
or to maybe send
yeah.
Send out.
Yeah. For somebody coming to do business in Nigeria, what will you say? What kind of advice will you give them? Yeah, they're coming to do business in Nigeria. They are. Because there's a lot of people who are in diaspora, and they want to come back home and do something. They want to invest in Nigeria. They want to, but the entire news, and we have a society that we're not positive about our country. We talk about the problems. Yes, we can talk about the problems, but can we also leverage on the advantages and all of that? And then how can we see more of the advantage and then build on the whole advantage to help us, dose out all the negative parts?
Yeah.
So for somebody trying to come into Nigeria to do business, what will you say that you have learned that has really helped you and that can be some sort of advice for them?
You know what? I think at the end of last year, I sat with the team, and one of the things we discussed about what we've done and how we can actually position and tell Nigerian story is through PR. Our PR in Nigeria is terrible. And I get it. And I'm also a part of the problem. I'm actually a part of the problem. It's 2024. Been running this business since 2012. I've never ever spoken.
Yeah, because yes.
So I'm part
Yeah, because you need to inspire people. Some of us need to do that to inspire people as much as there are all those disadvantages. But people need to draw strength from people who are doing it afraid, irrespective. And you are doing it afraid, yeah.
Exactly. You're one of the captain of your industry. I feel like we're doing well with what we're doing. I go on YouTube and I, learn from the stuff that you said. And I think that's just what we need to do more in time of trying to encourage people in the diaspora coming in.
Yeah.
First of all, if your aim is to try and make money by just looking at the population. You will run back. You have to come with value. You always have to, you have to come with value. You have to come with intention.
Patriotism.
You understand? Yeah, you have to come with intention to add value to the country, right? I think that's the base point. That's the base point. Also, my advice will be, don't try to create a new wheel. This thing has been done by other people. And that's why I said I'm also part of the problem. And I have to take responsibility for that. And so when you call and say you want to do it, I'm like, you know what, bet, let's do it. Because we have to actually tell this story. We have to talk about the challenges we have. And also we have to also talk so much more about the positive and the benefit that we're actually reaping from what we've done. So my advice to anyone that's thinking of coming to Nigeria, please come. Because we actually need the expertise, we need the exposure, we need people with ideas to come. However, don't come in and leverage on other people that's done it. Reach out to people. Don't
Collaboration.
Yeah, collaborate. And you know, and that's one of the things we don't do enough.
We don't tell our story.
No, we don't tell our story enough. We don't tell our story enough.
I mean, to actually learn from. Because, see, the case study is very good, but because in Africa, we kind of keep it to ourselves. I'm doing this and I don't want any other person to know what I'm doing and all that. But in developed countries, they make your business like a case study that other can learn from and then build on and all of
Absolutely.
that. And that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and I think that's what we should do more. That's what we should do more.
But in all these, edicts and all of that, how do you relax? I mean, how do you, find mental balance, find life balance amidst all of this? See, I'm a business owner myself, and I can understand the pressure. The bill, keeping up with the bills every month, keeping up with a whole lot of other things that you need to deal with. How do you keep your mental balance amidst all of this? You have family, you have even your own personal space to protect. So, I mean, how do you segment it in your head?
So the number one thing I leverage on is the likes of my peers like you. Because I know, this is not just my problem. We have shared problem. So when I'm going through those stages where I just don't know how to figure it out, I pick my phone and call the likes of yourself and the likes of my friends are in the same situation. So that's what I kind of leverage on.
So you draw inspiration from one another and then building that ecosystem where there is support, where there is, this is what I'm doing and all of that. And I guess there is power in a community like that. Though we don't have a lot of that in Nigeria where we can, like a community, where where discussions can go on about this is what I'm doing, this kind of help I need, reaching out to people and all of that. So aside, leveraging of support of peers and all of that, another way that you relax?
I get out of the country.
Oh, you get out of the country?
Yeah, I get out of the country.
Yeah. And then you just get out of that madness, and then you just go and
I'm not shy to say that.
Yeah.
Nigeria is as much as it's been rewarding, it can be a challenge staying in the country.
Yeah.
I mean, in 2018 when we started building this space, I was out of the country for 5 days. Off the back of that 2018, I fell sick for like 3 months.
Wow.
So it was a decision to now know that, listen, you cannot
take a break.
365 days in Nigeria. You have to be a warrior to do that.
Take a break, go out there, smell something else, and then come back in and then, get that energy.
Get the inspiration.
Get the inspiration and all of that.
Nigeria can, because we're the one leading, the industry that we're in, right? And so as you in your industry as well, when you confine yourself for a long period of time within this space, you can even forget the ideas that you had in the first place. And the pressure and the normality of Nigeria
getting too much
into your fabric, you even forget your dream. So what I would advise for any entrepreneur, anyone that's able to, I know it's very difficult to right now, flight tickets and skyrockets. But even within Nigeria, there's places you can go. Take a break. That's what I would say.
How did you come up with the name? The name Miskay?
I would never take responsibility for that. I have to give that accolade to my wife. Her name is Kofo, so we kind of just...
Okay.
She derived the name from there, so that's how that came.
Okay. So, and now...
Talking of collaboration, I wanted to point something out. I mean, one of the initiatives that we're doing right now, Miskay. I don't know when this is gonna air, but March 8th is International Women's Day. So one of the things that we're doing within our company is also to bring people together. So we're gonna be having a dinner with some influence people in influence in the
Yeah,
community,
yeah, yeah,
especially the women in different
yeah,
industry,
yeah,
as in fashion, tech,
yeah,
finance,
yeah,
real estate. We're bringing them
yeah,
together,
yeah.
having a dinner and have some conversation and
Nice.
have some shared, share some experiences and the
Yes, yes,
difficulties that
yes,
you're
yes.
going through in
Uh,
your own space.
are there anything within your value chain that you feel you still would do or disrupt into within the value chain? Are there things that you've seen within the value chain that you want to leverage on?
I think one of the things that we want to do in-house is to increase
Yeah.
our productivity in terms of the actual product that we manufacture within
Yeah.
Nigeria. I think that's one of the ones that we really want
Yeah.
to expand on,
Okay.
so to speak.
Lovely, lovely. I mean, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I mean, you have a wonderful thing going on. And most seriously, thank you very much for doing business in Nigeria, for contributing to the growth of this country. Because without people like you, the truth is that there's a whole lot that won't happen. We won't know the possibility of so many things. You're here, employing, you're paying. I mean, a lot of people, and people are also feeding their dreams through what you're doing, and that's the true spirit of entrepreneurship. Without entrepreneurship, in any country, I'm not sure any country can survive. You're producing value. You're looking at. I mean, you are contributing to a very, very growing space within the continent of Africa, and all of that. So this is just to say a very big thank you, I mean, for what you do and for believing in your vision, because you've had a first experience where you came into the country and you failed, and then you decided to, come back and then give it another try, because people have tried doing business in this country, and then when they face a challenge, that kind of creates some kind of mental this thing for them, and then they have that, they still have that shock that, you know,
That
not a lot
fear
of people
stays
can fail and then try again. But, and that's the true spirit of entrepreneurship, failing over and over again, but just failing forward, and then knowing that mistakes increase your experience reduce your mistakes, and then you just try again. And then even when you try again and you face all those challenges, you keep going, eyes on the goal, irrespective. It's not about the money, it's about the value you are creating, it's about you believing in what you're doing, seeing the possibilities around it and all of that. So, I mean, thank you very much for doing that, for creating this wonderful brand. I tell you, see, Miss K and all of that, a lot of women, and I've seen the impact of what you've done, and all of that. And there's still a whole lot of room for growth, because I'm not sure this is where, I mean, this is the height of growth that you want to experience. They say, you're still firing on all cylinders. I mean, you have great vision and all of that, and you're still putting a lot of work to it and all of that. And we're going to create that community where we can leverage on one another, and all of that.